Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm heading back in here today to check one of my trail cameras. It's one of the ones that I've got hidden back here pretty good. It's a pretty high traffic area, at least it was in the fall. But so far this summer, I haven't gotten great pictures here. You can see down here, we got where some bears are rolling over rocks, looking for bugs and stuff. Right here is one of my ladder stands. This is actually where I shot that little buck with my longbow last year, coming up the hill in front of me. And my trail camera's down that hill right now, just after where those deer should be crossing the creek. I didn't think it was possible, but in the last 3 or 4 weeks, it's gotten even thicker back here. I didn't think things were going to keep springing up here in July. My trail camera is right there. The game trail coming up the hill there splits and goes up the hill that side and then comes straight up where I just came down to. Now I'm doing my best to sweat all over the place, get as much of my scent everywhere as I can, just to check this stupid trail camera. So hopefully it's got some good stuff on it for us today. Okay, good. We did start getting pictures. Oh yeah, nice. Nice little buck right there. Came down the day after I set it up and smelled all over where I came down here. Another deer coming up the hill right here. Can't really see what that is. Looks like a little doe. These deer are so good. Their noses are incredible. This little doe came right up here and smelled right where I put the trail camera. That looks like a coyote. Oh, there's a bear. It's a good one. Looked kind of like it was missing some of its fur though. Yeah, this little buck came right up here and smelled me too. Well, it's safe to say I'll be hanging a stand here in early season for sure. That one bear that came through here looked pretty big. Man, not a whole lot back here. Looks like a lot of wind and stuff. Not as good of a card pull as I hoped for. I think I'm gonna change the location of this camera by a few feet and stick it over there. I don't think it's catching them as quickly as it should be, but they definitely are using this trail here right in front of me. I'm sure they're using it more than the camera's picking them up. The good news is, where they're coming from down that hill, a lot of them are coming right by that ladder stand, so that's something. All right, let's get this thing moved and get out of here. I've given them plenty to smell now. They had no problem picking me out. Coming down here, the trail camera shows them coming right up to the camera, sniffing right where I walked through here just a few days after I left. So I'm definitely doing some degree of damage to the area by sitting back here and sweating like this, getting my scent all over everything. So I'm gonna change the tree here, move this camera, and I'm gonna get out of here. So now the question becomes, how do I hunt this spot? I think really what I'll be looking to do here in the early season is kill that bear. If I can get a few more pictures of him and get a pattern on it, I have a real chance. Seems like the first 2 weeks of October here in Virginia, the bears are the most active. The problem with hunting places like that is the winds are often variable at best. And in the evenings, the thermals suck the scent right down to that creek bottom. And I believe that's where most of those critters are coming up out of. So it kind of sets a scent trap that helps those deer and bears. I guess that's probably why they use that place. They know what hunters are around here. They're pretty well pressured in the fall. Man, I love coming back here to this food plot. Every time I see it, it's looking better and better. It is thick right now with buckwheat. There's a type of ryegrass in here. Foraged soybeans are looking great. There's clover in it, growing up good. I guess that clover is probably what I planted in the spring. It didn't look like it was going to come up, but it did. I don't think I'm going to get a seed, or a bean rather, out of these soybeans, so I'm going to have to kill this and plant something else for the fall. I'm thinking maybe rye grain, cereal grains, something like that. Something that'll come back up in the spring and give the turkeys something to eat. I haven't quite decided yet, so we'll see. Let's check this trail cam right over here and see what we got. Lots of deer. It's looking good. Let's see, I was only here last weekend, so let's see what we got in the last week. It's a pretty little deer. Oh, there we go. Yep, that's what we're looking for. I know him. That is the main deer I'd like to kill this year. Man, he's a beaut. Nocturnal, of course. Oh, he's going to come right up to the camera. He must be able to see it. He knows exactly what's going on. He must see that little light flashing. What a beaut. Boy, what a deer. That's a tick crawling up my belly. What a deer. I have 3 years of history with that deer now. You always hear these guys on YouTube talking about, oh, I got 6 years of history with this deer. Well, I may not have a lifetime supply of history with this deer, but 2 years ago, well, 2 seasons ago, I had a shot at him during muzzleloader season, and he was big then. A big framed out 8-point. He looked like maybe a 3.5-year-old deer, but he was stout for sure. And it was in muzzleloader season, but I had my bow with me, and there was a branch between he and I at about He was only 30 yards away, and there was a branch right in between us that I just didn't think I could get through. So he was making a scrape 30 yards away, and that one branch saved his bacon. Then last year, I came out here for a quick rifle hunt. Didn't think I was going to see anything. It was uncharacteristically warm for that time in November. So it was late November. So I got up and I went to go check trail cameras. And wouldn't you know, he wasn't bedded about 20 yards from that trail camera I was checking. And he got up, didn't even look back, and started dashing down the hill straight away. And I picked up the rifle, got him in the scope, and could not bring myself to try to shoot that deer down on the run. So I watched him go last year too. He's definitely around. He's gotta be 5.5 this year. He's fully mature. He is definitely number one on the hit list. It's Presley, the same one last year in August. I got some footage of him from 500 yards away in my spotting scope while he was in velvet. So just a beautiful deer. Beautiful, beautiful deer. This year my main goal is to hunt hard in bow season with my longbow. When black powder comes around, I may have to pick up the black powder rifle, and I really don't feel like giving up any opportunities that big buck gives me this year. So we're gonna hunt hard with the longbow during bow season. Hopefully get a few deer on the ground, hopefully a bear. Of course I'd shoot that big buck, but whether I get him with a bow or a gun this year, I'll be happy either way. My main goal in sharing this is just to give you guys a better idea of kind of the chore in the off season that deer hunting takes on for us. Not that I don't enjoy it, I don't mean a chore in that way, but you know, I love coming out here and stretching my legs, getting ready for season, scouting. Between the food plots and the scouting and trail cams all year round, deer hunting is definitely more here for me than just show up on opening day. So as always guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate your time, and God bless.